And just like that, winter has returned to the Campbellwoods. Our first significant snowfall came overnight. I knew it was going to happen before this week was out. Excuse me. And sure enough, it did. And that's where we saw the aurora last week over the pole barn. I'll have to get out for a walk with Hamish later today. Yeah, just like that, snow has returned to the Campbellwoods for another season. We look up towards the hollow. It is damp and cold. This is definitely a winter day. And that poplar tree down there is hanging on to its leaves. I thought the oak trees are the only ones that held on to their leaves well into the winter. Oh yeah, there's definitely an east breeze here, and it's damp and cold. We got another 3.5, 4 months of this. So stay tuned. Well, there's definitely frost in here today. What are you writing out there, Hamish? A rabbit? A mouse? Hey? First dusting of snow. I'm not sure what that tree is. It's got an awfully wide base for a spruce tree. For some reason they left it. I don't think it's a tamarack. It's definitely not a tamarack. And is it a hemlock? I don't know. There's a reason they left it. It's unusually wide and stocky tree. We'll have to figure that one out. Always nice the first couple of snowfalls. Frost gets in the ground and then you're into winter. They had snow a week ago in Atlantic Canada. We've kind of escaped it to this point. There's no going back. We're not going to walk too far today. I think we'll just head back to headquarters. In the back laneway on this blustery, cool November day. You don't see this very often, but that is the dam. That is the water that this farm property is on. It goes up about 2 kilometers from here. And you can see it moving, and we have shorebirds on it. There's a nice apple tree there, a yellow transparent in front of it I'd never noticed before. And there's the dam. It's usually covered over. A lot of people like to fish right there on opening day. There's a spring that comes down from our farm into that area. And that's Leslie's Cove. And Hamish is in the woods. You want to be careful in there on a day like today. Let's go, Hamish. All these trees are blown down with the hurricane, and we had to clear them up. We had to clear them up when we opened up this laneway after 30 years. We got some geese coming through here. They're squawking pretty good. Well, they're going to fly right over here. I guess they're turning around. They're always restless during the hunting season, as they should be. Okay, Hamish, we'll get your afternoon walk. go in there. You gotta be careful. You gotta think when you go in the woods. Anyway, this is where we get the owls, and this is where we get a lot of the songbirds that migrate here in the spring. We've had the sora, we've had the greater yellowlegs, pheasant, ring-neck pheasant. Funny thing what we haven't had, and they are on the property, is American woodcock. And apparently I've been here 3 springs and I should have been able to hear or see them by now, but it hasn't happened. So, but they are on the property according to the local trapper. Bought a lot off my uncle many moons ago. Pretty easy and safe to be out here with this wind. These trees are so damaged from the 2 hurricanes we had. 2 once-in-a-lifetime hurricanes, 3 years apart. We've been really lucky to escape it since I've been living here. Well, the ducks are coming now, the geese are coming now. We won't go back to see them. We'll just make our way out of here as best we can. And our apple tree has been stripped. It's gone to sleep for another winter. Still late yellow transparents on here. Yeah, good sized apples. Have to start harvesting them and making a hard cider up. That would be nice. I think a hard cider in this farmyard is so much cleaner than it used to be. We're down to just a few pieces of the old farm equipment. I think we had over 20 pieces. Trying to put the three toys on Hamish's so far. There's another chew stick which he needs. He gets chewy at night after he's had his dinner. He needs something to chew on. And I'm giving him a lot of bone marrow, which is really good for him, but it's got a lot of fat. I can see his coat is so shiny. He's been getting a regular dose of that. I'm gonna just ease off a bit. Maybe just a bone twice a week, and they're good sized bones. But every day is too much, I think. Too much fat. Oh, those geese are really noisy. I just hope we can put some up in the freezer this year. There's nothing like a goose to bring in the new year. Christmas we like our butterballs, but we would still have goose from last year's hunt. So we're going to use that. I'm going to give some to my cousin and some striped bass. Some striped bassies. We had a good season at them. So what I learned in the last year of fishing here, we've been going on charted guided tours in Miramichi previously. It's a lot different. An expert guide puts you right on the fish, and every cast is a bass. It's a lot of fun. What the heck is Hamish digging at here? This is where he got the rabbit the other day. Okay, come out of there, Hamish. There's nothing but trouble in there. It's good he's not afraid of the sticky stuff. He's a real hunting dog. We could have had this thing plowed out, the hollow, this creek here, and it would have been a real stream. There would have been trout coming up here, as there might have been at one point on the original property. It wouldn't surprise me. It's full of springs on here. This property is full of springs. You see how much it drops down here. It really is amazing. Plant some more spruce trees along here just to build it up for weather. You can see some have grown in naturally right there. We'd like a fence of them right along here. And a lot of these trees here have died in the hurricane. There's a bunch of them there. They're going to be down. They're done. The base of the tree has been cracked, and they just die. They'd probably be good for burning. I get them down next year. for burning and get some trees planted in here. That's one of our projects for next year. I think would be good. And my radio room. Oh, I gotta get that set up. It's not super hard to do. I have set up radios in the city where I'm from, which was actually harder because you're dealing with neighbors. You're dealing with large trees that crisscross over neighbors' property, and you need permissions to put a proper antenna up. Here, we don't need anybody's permission. There's so much land and trees here, but you can see right over there is where the back end of my radio room is going to be. And I've got it cleaned out. It's time to do it. Get the wiring in, just get the wire done, and then insulate, vapor barrier, panel, wood stove, and my antennas are going to be not too far from the shed there. But I would like to put a wire antenna from that tree right there over to that one and have a feed line coming in somewhere there, buried, and going back into the shack. I think that would be good. That would be a really nice wire antenna here. It is low, that's my only concern, if we are in the low area here. So, as opposed to up there, and as you walk further back on this property, it just keeps going up and up. So we'll see. We'll make the best of it. I've had good success so far with a pretty rudimentary basic system set up at the cottage, which is still set up. It's actually the antenna is, it will come down and be stored, but it is hardwired into the cottage property, just because it's just easier than to be putting it through the side door. And the coax, of course, so you have to tape it down. I did that when I used to come for 2 weeks every year, 2-3 weeks. That was acceptable, but now it's nice. Just bring your radio, plug it in, hoist your antenna, and you're good to go. And you can call CQDX to the world. A lot of this is mumbo jumbo. If you're not a licensed operator, ham radio operator, you won't know what the heck I'm talking about. It is a nice winter hobby, and I've been licensed for 16 years. And I thoroughly enjoy it, and I recommend anybody looking to ham radio, amateur radio, as my friend in Perth, Australia, by way of Hamilton, Ontario would say, Reg Bagshaw, amateur radio is the best hobby in the world. And it is. Fishing up this wood pile here. A few more rounds I blocked up earlier. As soon as possible. Back, Hamish. Back. Back. Good boy. Here's the pile I'm working on. Here's what I got left. But I got the main big block out of there all blocked up. So we're in good position. Wood has to get us to the middle of December, and I think it will. This wood, if you can believe it, was standing dead for almost 7 years, and it's still in pretty good shape. It's not 100%. I would say 75 to 80. It is burnable. That is an elm, a hardwood. I guess it's in the oak family. A few more rounds to do here, and that should do it. looking at the wood here today, blocking up the elm into rounds and splitting it in the wood splitter. I noticed a bit of a haze. And there is a smell of smoke. You can see it in the trees there. Oh, a little bit concerning. Could be a natural fire there somewhere on the property. Normally I would have walked Hamish by now. But I don't know if the camera lens here is picking that up. But it's definitely a haze up there. And it's not unusual to smell smoke this time of year. Everybody's got wood stoves. When I finish my chores here, getting the split wood on the porch stacked away, we'll take Hamish for a walk up into the back fields there just to take a look. But that is definitely a haze. And yeah, you can see it. I can see it above me here. It's a low cloud haze of smoke. Now there's something over there. I'll take a drive maybe up the dam road. See what the heck's going on. Something's burning for sure. Could be a fire several concessions over, but I didn't hear the fire brigade yet. Anyway, we won't pull the alarms yet. We'll take a look after I get my chores done here. I didn't film it yesterday, but the wood that was cut, split, and stacked, it ended up being stacked right here. So this is our winter supply of wood on the porch. We won't touch it till it gets really nasty, and it's perfect if there's a storm. You don't have to go too far. You don't want to be walking out in icy conditions. That's not much fun, but there it is. Last year we had 27 wheelbarrow loads here. We had a third row where the chair is out. There's 24 here, so that should work. I think that's going to do it. And I still have a few more limbs from the elm tree we took down in the front of the property. And a few more big rounds to split, but not much. It's, for all intents and purposes, the wood is done for this year. And I have to calculate it. I was up to 6 cords of wood before the 3 elm trees came down. So they'll factor into that at least another 1.5 cords there, I would think. So I would estimate we're at 7.5 cords of wood, which is 3.5 over what we need. But slowly build our wood reserve up, I think, is a good thing to do. Go towards the yard here. Just another glorious day here. We'll go for a walk a little later. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a quick week. Rain has started, back up again, but today we got a nice midweek break. The sun. And I got a lot of woodwork done yesterday. You can see it on the video. The 3 elm trees we took off the front of the property on the main road. They were cut up last September, and we were able to get at them with the buzzsaw. Yeah, some pretty big rounds there. Some of them are 3 feet around, the biggest I've ever worked on. No issues at all. But, boy, I tell you, with a steel saw, and you just sharpen it before you use it every time. It's gold. So we got those cut, split, and stacked on the porch. So another 4 loads of wood, and then big loads in the wheelbarrow there. So we've got our wood supply on the deck pretty much for the winter. We won't touch it for another probably month or so till we have to, or if there's really bad conditions you can't get out to the wood pile safely, the wood rack, and then you just pick it off the porch. It's built for the really cold months when that cold comes in, and weather and wind and snow and ice. That's what it's built for. So a lot of that work is done. I'm glad no issues with my back either. I saw the chiropractor today. He said I was out, but I wasn't in pain. So, boy, I sure feel good after you have that adjustment. Makes a difference. The sun is setting on the farm here. We just saw partridges are back. I saw about 12 partridges. I flushed them. It wasn't Hamish that flushed them. I flushed them top of the field. And I just got a rough grouse. A single. So we're going to make our way back to the farmhouse and get dinner ready. Late afternoon. Haven't really done much today. I've just taken an easy day after yesterday's woodwork. There. Sun setting behind me. Here. Very beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So we'll see what's on tap for tomorrow. As we arrive at the East Point Lighthouse. Oh boy, I can already see lots of activity on the water there. Lots of activity. It's a massive flock of something there. Coastal erosion. Okay. Okay, Hamish, you're going to stay in because this is too dangerous for you. You're going to end up over that cliff in a heartbeat. Okay, Hamish, so you're going to stay right here. Get the car parked properly, and I got to remember not to turn it off because I had to get a bump at the gas station previously, which wasn't much fun. But luckily, the nice people in this province are always ready to help. Let's try some birding. Well, we safely made it back from East Point, and it was a bit of an adventure. I didn't do a lot of filming there. I went up to get some birds, and I did get some meat birds, but on the way up, I stopped at Petrocan to fill up, and my battery's been acting up in my truck. And sure enough, when I went to continue on to East Point, I couldn't turn the battery over, but luckily the manager at the Petrocan, nice guy, he heard me ask for help in the reception. He came out of his office and gave me a jump. Thank you very much. And I don't think it would have taken long. Everybody here is incredibly nice. We're all willing to offer a hand. And karma is a good thing, I think. It spreads. And with that, another week is over. You can hear the geese behind the pole barn there. And it's cold. It was -7 Celsius this morning, and it's been in the low single digits minus Celsius. I don't know what that is. It's probably somewhere around 15, 16, 17 degrees Fahrenheit, which is cool. And that could be the reason why my battery's acting up. But anyway, we got safely back. I didn't turn my car off. My truck off until I got home. I'll have to get the battery replaced. It's just the way it is. So with that, we'll sign off for another week at the Campbellwoods, and we'll be looking to see what happens next week. Over and out.